Just got done watching a Morningstar interview with Joel Dixon, who's head of the, I think, Vanguard Advisors or something like that. And it's amazing how much the retirement planning industry has changed. It's like now everybody is agreeing that your spending goes down relative to inflation in retirement. And Joel just said the same thing. Christina's acknowledged that. It's just, I mean, it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me how in 15 years the dialogue has changed. And, I don't know what to attribute that to other than just, financial planners out there have looked at the evidence, and those who are in the know, who are students of the business, have come to the conclusion with looking at the vast amount of research out there, and I've said this time and time again, the BLS, HRS, so many different studies that all say the same thing, that expenses go down in retirement. Now, I attribute that, frankly, as I say, with using the BLS numbers on my live stream. I showed that yesterday. I did a video on this the other day, that the vast majority of people, I think it was above 65, certainly above 75, the vast majority of people, the consumption units, i.e. the households, the vast majority no longer have rent or a mortgage. Whereas before that, the vast majority have rent or a mortgage. So you're talking like an 80-20 split. I think it was like 35 to 44. If you're in that age, you have a mortgage or are paying rent. And then it's like, I don't know if quite 20-80, but pretty doggone close. Once you're above like 75, only 20% of the people have rent or a mortgage. 80% of people have no expense on shelter. Now, that doesn't mean they don't have expenses. They still got utility bills and all that, but those will never go away. I just find that incredibly uplifting, enlightening, and common sense. Your spending goes down because your shelter costs go down. Inherently, I will say this until I'm blue in the face. It's so significant to understand the models of financial planning and how it's used. Your spending goes down because the likelihood of you carrying a monthly cost for shelter, i.e. a rent or a mortgage, goes down. I literally sit there and I cannot think of a more, what's the word I'm looking for? The number one thing. It's not your stock return. And Dave Ramsey said this a long time ago in a video, and that was absolutely incredible. It was good. He said the returns you get are secondary to actually investing the money to begin with. And he ran some numbers. And again, a lot of times I take issue with Dave, but in this case, but a lot of things I don't. I'm a fan of Dave Ramsey. I don't want to seem like, oh, Dave Ramsey. Susie Orman, yes, I'm not a fan of, but Dave Ramsey, I am. But he gave the thing is like, look, you can get 10% a year, but if you got no money in there, it doesn't matter. But you can get 5% a year, but if you got money in there, it matters. And it was, he said it in such a way that made sense, and anyone can grasp that. So I was quite pleased with that because it's so true. So the number one thing isn't the returns; is actually having money in which to get returns. If your returns are lower, but you have money, that's still better than if your returns are higher and you have none. So the number one thing is get money in the market. Now, same thing, I would say that is, as fundamental, as is the sun rises in the east, right? Doesn't? The second fundamental thing is not having a mortgage or rent in retirement will make you have a successful retirement plan. Man, I'll say this time and again till I'm blue in the face. You just look at the consumer expenditure survey from the BLS, expenses go down. And the reason expenses go down is because the amount of people carrying a mortgage or rent goes down. It's almost the correlation is so strong, it cannot be denied. So do that. It's the two things you got to do. Get some money saved and pay off your mortgage. And I don't care what the rate of return is on your portfolio at 65, as long as you have money saved to capture whatever return you got. I don't care what your interest rate, if you even have one on your mortgage. If you don't have a mortgage and you have enough money to capture some return, man, you're just gonna be in a good place. And it's just amazing to me how much this has changed in my career, where everybody and their mom was, we're all going to run out of money. Only people who say that anymore are people who are ignorant of the business now. And I would stay away from people who are ignorant of the business, because how can you rely on them to give you a financial plan if they don't know what the date is? All right, we'll see you.